Hello, welcome to the FEM presentation. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever it may be in the world, everyone. My name is Lennon Pitts, and today I'm not just here to talk about math. I'm here to talk about a movement called FEM, the Foundations of Excellence in Mathematics. This isn't Python, this isn't any of those previous videos, this isn't Landon's Guide to High School Math, which, by the way, I will be discontinuing that. I'm really sorry for my viewers, but don't worry, this is going to be a lot better than what it is so far. This is not just another tutoring service, this isn't just about numbers, formulas, test prep, SAT, ACT prep, etc. FEM is about changing the way we see math, from something students fear to something they mastered, love, and use to lead. Because let's be honest, too many students think they're just not a math person. But here's the truth. There's no such thing. What they need isn't less math. It's better access, more support, and a system that rewards curiosity over memorization. That's what FEM stands for. We build confidence, we break limits, and most importantly, we keep it real. So today, I'm going to walk through what FEM is, how it works, and why it's designed not just to teach, but to transform the way students think about math forever. Let's get into it. So first off, what is FEM and why is FEM important? Well, again, FEM stands for Foundations of Excellence in Mathematics. It is a student-led project that aims to accomplish 3 goals, which we'll talk about a little bit in the later slides. We want to increase K-12 math proficiency, we want to promote learning and enjoyment in math, and encourage academic honesty. That means no cheating. FEM is important because of the potential it may bring. So math gives job opportunities. There are many jobs related to math, such as engineering, computer science, data analysis, and mathematics major itself. Usefulness, it's all around the world. At some point, someone will say, do the math when you're calculating taxes, or measuring items, or even just doing math while you're cooking. And then there's flexibility, which gives us the power to think critically and analytically. So when you're solving complex problems, we have the ability to think beyond the humanities, subjects, and go right into the STEM projects. So here's the problem we're trying to face. There are many problems faced in math class that FEM aims to solve. They include cheating, low math proficiency, hatred and fear, and laziness. So cheating, unfortunately, exists, and this is especially true in math. Yale Daily News states that 35% of students in the United States cheat in math. And secondly, math proficiency is low in the United States. The National Science Foundation states that 26% of students are at or above proficiency in mathematics. Although it's 36% for 4th graders, that's still below average. People hate and or have fear of math. Business Wire states that 82% of students from grades 7 to 10 are afraid of math. Laziness. Students may look at math problems and immediately give up. When there is an assignment that has 4 problems, it's not too bad. 12 problems? Students stop after problem 6. And just to get a better understanding, here are the statistics. This is the amount of people who cheat in math. This is the amount of people who don't cheat. Now, this may not seem big because it's not halfway, but let me tell you, this huge chunk is bigger than what we expect. We'll get to it later. And then we have this chart right here. This is the amount of 4th and 8th graders in the US who are proficient or better at math. So just look at this chart. Like, it didn't even hit the 50%. Like, it went from 2000, but then it grew up and it peaked in 2013. Like, the 4th graders peaked up to 42%, and the 8th graders peaked to 36% about. But then take a look at 2019 compared to 2022. And because of this, it's because of COVID-19. So, COVID-19 in 2020, COVID-19 started, was a global crisis in 2020. So that's the main reason why students got worse at math. So I'm not going to let a pandemic and global crisis that happened 5 years ago make our fellow Americans suck at math, because these numbers are low. And then take a look at this last chart. This worries me the most. Look at how big this pie slice is. This is the amount of people who are afraid. Like, only this slice is people who are not afraid of math. So here's our further explanation. Let's go deeper. So today there are 52.1 million kindergarten to 12th graders in the US. That means that these numbers project more than what is underestimated. In K-12 schools, 35% of students cheat. That means that 18.235 million students cheat in math. Look at that. They could be using AI tools just to do their work. They could be using notes that they're not supposed to have. They could be using calculators. They could be using their phones. But no matter what method they're using, 18.235 million students cheat in math. In 4th and 8th grade, 36% and 26% of students are at or above proficiency in math, respectively. In the 2022-2023 school year, there were 427,660 4th graders. It means roughly 153,958 are proficient in math. This leaves 273,702 students without proficiency in math. Similarly, there are about 3.8 million 8th graders. This worries me more. This means only 988,000 8th graders are proficient in math, leaving 2.8 million students without proficiency. Together, that is 3 million students without proficiency in just 4th and 8th grade alone. That means that more than 3 million students do not have proficiency in arithmetic, algebra, geometry, or any other important math skills. And then in grades 7 to 10, 82% of students are afraid of math. So 52.7 million students are in grades 7 to 10. Now, I know I said in 2025, but this is all combined because we want to get the whole picture of the present and the past. This means that 43.214 million students are afraid of math in grades 7 to 10 alone. Combining all the students in all grades, that number is skyrocketing, and it even skyrocketed in the past. And this is really concerning. So, now that the problem is addressed, here's what FEM aims to accomplish given these 3 main problems. The first goal, we want to increase proficiency in math. Even if it's just 1%, 0.5%, or even 0.02%, I'll assume that FEM was the cause for this increase. We want to build skills and learn, not just memorize. Here at FEM, we want to make sure that math will be useful in the real world. We will tie each math problem to how it will work in the real world, which encourages students to learn and conquer. Let me dive deeper. There's actually a reason why students cheat in math, and it's because compared to the other subjects like English and science and history, those tie to the real world. But the way, and I don't mean to be offensive here, the way the teachers and the parents and the guardians and any other people may teach it, they may not tie it to the real world. So we are going to tie each problem to how it will work in the real world. So we want to make math fun and enjoyable. We will make math exciting, interesting, etc. We will do this using evidence-based strategies that work among students. This may include math turning into song. Studies show that learning via song is better than boring lecture because I've seen many social media posts where people learn thousands of lyrics from a song more than a simple math formula. And then we will tie math into the real world like other subjects do. Because show, not tell. We don't want to tell these students that, okay, math is going to work in the real world. You have to pay attention. No, we have to show that. And here at FEM, we take this very seriously. So this is going to be our main reason and cause of why students will not cheat. Because if they know what they means, if they know the mandatory situation, game over, they're not going to cheat. This means that FEM will use word problems a lot. Very rarely we'll use problems that have more letters than numbers, but most of the time we will use word problems. We'll only use variable problems for like demonstrations. And we will have patience learning, and we will help all students learn math as efficiently and effectively. We aim to target the following people. We aim to target students, learners, and future leaders. So here's the curriculum we're going to be using. So some of these aren't approved. We'll tie them to state standards. However, this curriculum is approved. So we're going to be using IXL, Khan Academy, and Common Core State Standards practice problems. We'll try to cover as many skills as we can, from counting 1 to 10 to understanding high school statistics and probability and geometry. But please note that this course will be self-paced, so you can watch the videos posted every day covering each unit. We'll try to go in depth, but to accommodate everyone, we'll be posting videos at a fast pace. This will go the exact same way as we do for lessons, because for this, we will be using Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams. We'll go with that later. Right now, let's take a look at the evidence and proof we have. Math is very important, and there are many examples on why it helps our lives. Specifically, billionaires use math a lot. These include Elon Musk, because he's an engineer for Tesla. We have Bill Gates, which, in fact, he took Math 55, which, if you don't know what that is, it is the hardest undergraduate math class in the country. And it is in Harvard University. We have other billionaires that use math as well, like Jim Simons, Jeff Bezos, and Steve Ballmer. But not only do billionaires use math, regular occupations do too. These include construction workers, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, surveying and mapping technicians, HVAC technicians, CNC machine operators, solar panel installers, construction estimator assistant, auto mechanic, entry-level CAD drafter. And believe me when I say this, even fast food workers use math. And there are many more occupations, if not all. Math isn't optional. It's necessary for the future. And the biggest part, all these jobs don't require a math degree, but they do require algebra and geometry. So, how do I get involved? The slideshow will be posted on YouTube, Instagram, and other media websites just to introduce FEM. So, for YouTube, you can go to Landon Pitts, that is LANDONPUETT. And then for Instagram, it'll be FEM official, FEM official. However, after this is posted, we will be transferring it fully to YouTube, where videos are posted every day. For Instagram, we'll just be doing some advertising and all that stuff. And then we'll see if we can include some other websites, because we want to get as many people as we can. And obviously, we'll make a website as well, just to post all the videos there, so everything is organized and well-rounded. So we'll use the following. We'll use Zoom, we'll use Google Meet, we'll use Microsoft Teams. And there will also be a podcast on YouTube and Spotify where we'll advertise as well. So YouTube, you can ignore the podcast on YouTube. It's going to be via a podcast, but we're just going to add a podcast. And then for Spotify, you can watch and receive lessons taught. But since Spotify is an MP3 player, that means an audio only, no video. We only recommend using Spotify on the go, but otherwise YouTube is an MP4, so it will work better with a podcast. And MP4 is just a video. So if we join the movement, we can build the future with FEM. So here's the plan. We'll cover this over the next 2 years and beyond. So starting in June, which today it's June 12, 2025, we will launch FEM. We will boost math proficiency, we'll promote academic honesty and make math fun, we'll launch FEM educational videos, and publish the core principles. And then we'll have a momentum phase. So from July to August, we'll do weekly and bi-weekly video releases, we'll introduce interactive content, and recruit early build of FEMMC, which I'll get to that later. September, October, we will soft launch FEMMC globally. It's going to be fully online, there's going to be no entry cost. And we're going to encourage honesty over speed, because with FEM, we are going to initiate academic honesty, so cheating will not be allowed in the competition, but since FEM will take care of that easily and efficiently, we won't have to worry. And then we'll run a mock round just for testing, hype, and just for some more practice. Now, let me tell you about FEMMC. So this is the FEM math competition. So the entire phrase is Foundations of Excellence in Mathematics Math Competition. So, or we can also say FEMC, which is Foundations of Excellence in Mathematics Competition, but we'll call it FEMMC for now. So FEMMC. So we'll launch the website, and we'll host all videos, resources, and FEMMC content. We'll add tracking tools, and we will make academic honesty resources available. So for FEMMC, we want students to get into math competitions as well, because for my rising math majors out there, and for anyone who is just trying to compete and just have fun, we are going to give out certificates to anyone who will get a 70% or higher on the tests we will provide. The tests will be all taken from our curriculums, which is IXL, Khan Academy, and the Common Core State Standards practice problems. So those will be exactly from our curriculum. We will not do anything else. We'll not adjust anything. And if we do, then that's on us, and you can get mad at us. And then 2026 and beyond, Everything will be dropped. We'll drop challenges. We'll do the FEM Uncut series. We'll partner with schools and organizations, and we'll begin translations in different languages. So, as we close this today, we'd like to thank anyone who tuned into this presentation today. We hope we can make FEM a life changer for students, schools, cities, counties, states, countries, and especially the world. If there are any questions regarding FEM, please contact us at femhelpservices@gmail.com, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again for tuning into the presentation. I'm Len Pitts, and thanks for listening.